And I'm back with another video. This time we're starting up the moon series, okay? Talking about our emotional state. We're talking about the moon, our innermost being, our true selves, the person that you are when no one's looking, which is most likely in your home. Corresponds with the fourth house, which represents the home, the roots, as well as your mother, your relationship with your mother, what kind of mother you may have, or how you viewed your mother in childhood, your personal experience with your mom. Because you'll notice a lot of times that siblings will have different moon signs, which tells us that we all have different experiences with our parents, which makes sense because our parents go through phases. But anywho, Greek mythology, Roman mythology actually, the moon was represented by the goddess Luna. We know it as the word lunar. And in mythology, I've just read her being the counterpart to the sun. Where the sun is active, the moon is reactive. The sun is our conscious side, our identity, what we identify as. Our moon is our natural innate feelings and reactions. Again, our emotions, our emotional state, how we deal in emotional situations. Early home life, the fourth house is Cancer. Cancer, the moon rules Cancer. And just had a brain fart. It represents early childhood, right? So, I was going to say it represents both mother and child. So this is how we nurture ourselves. This is how we mother ourselves, and how we mother and nurture those close to us. Whatever sign the moon is in is going to show you how we express our emotional selves. The moon also represents the subconscious mind. If you ever wondered the differences between what planets represent the mind, okay, because you hear Mercury represents the mind as well as Jupiter, right? Well, Mercury represents the lower mind, like early education. That's why it rules over curiosity, like when you're learning. Side note, Gemini and Virgo both rule Mercury, but Gemini is more the side of Mercury that is curious and learning, whereas Virgo is the side of Mercury, the sixth house, that has perfected what is learned. So anyway, Mercury represents the lower mind, Jupiter the higher mind, higher education, philosophy, and the moon represents the subconscious mind, our natural innate part of ourselves, that spontaneous part of ourselves. It also represents creativity and imagination. So now with the sign Aries, what do we have? We have the athlete, the warrior, physical fitness, spontaneity, impulsivity, impatience. I see when I think about Aries, just hot-headed, temper, independent, business-minded, self-starter energy, represented by Mars and the first house, okay, the physical body. So when the moon comes into the sign of Aries, these are individuals. Well, first of all, let's describe their mother. They could have had a mother that was just an unconventional type of mother. Maybe she didn't nurture them like the typical mom would, and they were left for whatever reason to be independent and left to their own vices at a young age, or just learned early on how to depend on themselves maybe because they were let down by mom, or because mom just pushed them to do their own thing, because mom wanted to do her own thing and she didn't want to have to coddle her child. So you see with them, usually from early on, there being this urge from mom to pursue business. Even sometimes you'll see them get into business with their mom, or they'll be the head of the household pretty early on. Yeah. And the mom, again, could be athletic, or just, very busy and like on the go, physically agile, and also a strict disciplinarian. You'll see with moon in Aries, and also moon in the first house. You can see them having a mom that wasn't afraid to physically discipline them. So when you have a character who has their moon in Aries, this is someone who's independent, who usually is the head of their own household, especially financially. They really like control of their home. They really makes them feel comfortable if they can come and go and boss around as they please. Please don't expect them to do the chores or like the housework. You can also see this with certain Capricorn risings, depending on the degree. If they have Aries falling, they'll have usually Aries falling in that fourth house. So yeah, you can see them being like pretty dominant in the home, bossy. And at the worst case scenario, they can be mean or abusive, or you can even see domestic violence with this position as well in some cases. Generally speaking, that's one thing they just gotta watch out for, is being little bitches in the home life. Yeah, it could go left, but all in all, they just require a lot of moving of the body, getting around. If you get too complacent and don't get out much, you'll just get depressed, or that could be a sign that you are depressed when you're just kind of to yourself and at home a lot, because Aries likes to be on the go, and moon represents our needs and what we do to make ourselves feel comfortable and nurtured. So with moon being in Aries, you definitely want to nurture yourself by getting active and nurturing your body and being physically fit and having the body that you desire. Because Aries is not just fitness. It's like they want to look, they're on the same axis as Libra, so they want to look beautiful and attractive. And, that's part of feeling your best, is looking your best, moon in Aries. Also, sex could be a big thing, because Aries does represent sex. They could just have an appetite for new sexual experiences or exchanging energy with people, but this could very well be romantic, or emotionally charged, their attraction. Like they could be the type to fall in love quickly and fall out of love quickly, for instance. Very instant reactions. Like again, same with moon in the first house. If they feel some type of way, they might not even give themselves time to think it out with this placement. They might just react even before getting any explanations from anybody. Definitely hotheads can be tempered. If they get their feelings hurt, they can be rather upset, and something that just might make them want to cry. Their reaction is gonna be to want to fight, or get out some kind of cuss. They could be quite abrasive in private, but this is a more active moon sign. But this part of their nature can be hidden within the home or within private settings, or people that they're really emotionally invested in. You can really see their more Aries side play out. I'd say that's one of the biggest differences between moon in the first house and moon in Aries, is that moon in the first house has your innermost self put out there on the front, so people can really see it. Whereas Aries moon, it can play out like that, but sometimes I'll see it whereas they struggle to express that side of them, but they really, really want to badly. But it's almost like they can't, especially depending on what their sun sign is. If they have a sun sign that's opposite Aries, like a sun in Libra, they're really gonna be deep down inside, be more harsh and brass and opinionated and self-focused. And on the surface, they could just come off more eager to please, and this could eat them up inside, is what I'm really trying to get at. If the sun squared the moon, you could see kind of the same thing, only with the sun square the moon, say it's like a sun in Scorpio, this person would fail to be as express themselves as directly as they'd like. They come off more mysterious when they really feel like there's something that they want to express and they can't get it out. That's like the sun challenging that moon, because the sun is blocking that, because the sun is the conscious. So even though the moon is the subconscious and the needs, the sun is the wants. So, and it's the conscious, so it's kind of running the whole show, while the moon is like not really grasping what it's doing in a conscious way. So if the sun says, we're not doing that, we're going to keep that private, that's what'll happen. Unless you have like sun conjunct the moon, which means you were born on a new moon, which in case you are just bold. But yeah, these people can be very creative, very much so, have talents. This is like, they could have hidden talents or things that people wouldn't see, again, depending on what the sun is in. They could really be into business, entrepreneurship, and again, their mothers really could be the driving force behind that, or the influence. They could go into business with mom. I've seen that too with moon and Aries, or their business life and their drive. They have needs to fulfill some kind of control over their like their success in the world with this placement, and they could just be quite ambitious. So that's all I have for Moon and Aries. Stay tuned for Moon and Taurus up next. If you enjoyed my video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I post. And stay tuned for more videos, okay? Bye.